5 scores up in here, a great stooge, in whose blackmailed shadow we stand today, signed the Emasculation Proclamation. This disastrous decree came as a free pass to steal money from millions of slattos, who had already been handed free stuff. It came as more free stuff that we didn't work for up in here, but 100 years later, the Negro still ain't got enough free money. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still all about crying about having to work for what they want instead of just getting it for free. 100 years later, the Negro is lying around when all these whites are going to work. 100 years later, the Negro still ain't been given everything whitey's got, and finds himself hanging around on the corners instead of getting a job. So we've come here today to overdramatize the phony conditions. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of your republic wrote all them words of the constitutions and the declarations of independences, they were actually signing a promissory note to all us black folk up in here. This note was a promise that black men be guaranteed the free rights of all your money. It is obvious today that America ain't given us enough free stuff, insofar as the people of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation of free stuff, Americans ain't given the Negro people enough checks, and we need more checks because we got insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the American's bank account is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in all your vaults that you saved. So we've come to get a check that will give us the free money we demand, at the cost of your freedom and security. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind Americans that if you don't pay up, we're gonna get crazy up in here. This is no time to think about it, just show me the money. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy, which is free stuff for the blacks. Now is the time to let us put our way in, gets to messing around, and ruin everything. Now is the time to destroy your nation and lose everything you got. Now is the time to make free money a reality for all of God's black children. It would be fatal for your nation to not pay up at this moment. All this screaming and yelling of the Negro's illegitimate complaining will not pass until you give us your stuff, and we call it equality. Those who hope that the Negro is just acting a fool and will now be chilled, will have a rude wake-up call if your nation ain't gonna do our business. We gonna be getting crazy up in here until the Negro is granted his rights of free money from you crackers. We gonna be breaking stuff until we get you to hand it to us. I'm just about to sick these blacks on all you. We gonna get what we want, and we gonna break some stuff too. So don't get mad when we steal you stuff. We gonna break and steal some stuff and call it equality. We gonna get creative in how we get crazy up in here. We also gonna act nice sometimes, and then sucker punch ya all in the back. You know, not all you whites got all you senses. Some of you white fools are whack. You come up here today cause you think, we don't think you a cracker. Well, we'll be taking from you white fools too. These white fools have something wrong in their heads and we will use that against them. But if you a white fool, then we ain't gonna do the work if we can get some of you white fools to do it for us. They are those who asking the criminals of drivel rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of not getting free money up in here. We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies are tired from all the fussing and cussing about. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro ain't got your nice house and you in the street. We can never be satisfied as long as our children can't get into your schools and cause all sorts of problems. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro can't vote to give us the money you got in your city. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until free money, in rolls, is in our pockets. I am not unmindful that some of you Negroes have come here because you were messing around someone's business. Some of you have come from jail cells cause you was caught stealing. Some of you have come from the bar down the street, or the alley around the corner. You have been the veterans of getting crunk. Continue to get your crunk on. Go back to the slums and ghettos, knowing that if you get crazy up in here we all gonna get paid. Let us not get whack and bring this party down. I say to you today we gonna get paid. I still have a scheme. It is a scheme deeply rooted in Marxism, that we just keep lying, and make enough noise we gonna live out the true meaning of this creed. We gonna get rich and party up in here, you know what I'm talking about, y'all? I have a scheme that one day the Negroes will take everything from all you whites. I have a scheme that one day all this fussing around will get me rich. I have a scheme that one day we will live in a nation where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the amount of money we stole from you white fools. I have a scheme today. I have a scheme that one day, little black boys and black girls will be able to steal from little white boys and white girls. I have a scheme today. I have a scheme that one day every black will be getting free money, free jobs, free cars, and free everything from whitey. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the hood with. With this faith, we can get away with this scam. With this faith, we will be able to transform these white fools so they just hand us their stuff. With this faith, we will be able to stay at home and collect checks in the mail from these white fools, knowing that we will be getting more free money next month. This will be the day when all blacks will be able to rap with new meaning. Yo, you give me free money, sweet free money, 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 land where I gets my money, and where my money is, getting paid, with your money. If this place is to be a great nation, this must become true. So make it rain from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let's make it rain from the mighty mountains of New York. Let's make it rain from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let's make it rain from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let's make it rain from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let's make it rain from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let's make it rain from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let's make it rain from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let's make it rain, and when this happens, when we make it rain from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's black children will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro rap. Free money at last! Free money at last! Thank God Almighty, we got free money at last!